The Access diluter range is designed for easy liquid feeding, certainly much easier than feeding with a watering can and manually mixing up the fertiliser. The dilutors are designed to be filled with a concentrated fertiliser and then either connected to a hand watering lance or to an existing irrigation system. There are two models in the range. We've got the static dilutor and then we've got the mobile dilutor. Neither have any moving parts, so there's no servicing needed, and they're a very simple and easy way of adding liquid feed. Now, dilutors work essentially by diluting a concentrated fertiliser into the water stream. So if we take our static dilutor first of all, we've got a bottle here which has got just over 9 litres of capacity, and we fill that with concentrated fertiliser, and then at the top we've got this metering head. So as the plain water passes through the metering head, it picks up small amounts of the concentrated fertiliser and mixes that into the water stream, so that by the time we get to the plants, the fertiliser is at the right concentration for the plants. Now, we have a number of different metering jets with the static dilutor. We have a 100 to 1 jet, a 51 to 1 jet, a 25 to 1 jet, and also a 10 to 1 jet. So if we're using our 100 to 1 jet, it means that we fill the bottle with concentrated fertiliser that is 100 times stronger than our final dilution ratio. And we fill it to the very top and connect it up, and as the water flows through, it'll draw up small amounts of that concentrated fertiliser. In actual fact, the bottle is just over 9 litres in capacity, so with the 100 to 1 jet we will treat 900 litres of water passing through the head, so enough for an hour or so's watering. If we don't want to do quite so much watering as that and feeding as that, then what we can do is we can fit the 10 to 1 jet, or one of the other jets. With the 10 to 1 jet, we would only make the concentrated fertiliser 10 times stronger, and we'd put that in the bottle there, and then that will treat 10 times the 9 litre bottle, 90 litres of water going through the metering head. So water for a much shorter time before the bottle is empty. Now, the disadvantage of the static dilutor is that it has to be filled completely with the fertiliser, and that fertiliser needs to be used all in one go. You can't move the bottle from place to place, and also you can't leave it part used overnight, so you can't carry on feeding tomorrow. So to get over that, we have the mobile dilutor, and that has a slightly different arrangement in that inside the bottle we have a separate inner bag. It's got 6.5 litres capacity in the inner bag, but that means that because it's physically being kept separate from the surrounding water and the metering head water, we can actually part fill the bag if we want to do smaller amounts of feeding, or we can leave that bag with the concentrated fertiliser overnight and it's no problem at all. And if we want to, we can move the dilutor from place to place. So if we've got a number of tunnels or a number of areas to water, we can just move it around. Now, because of that, and because we don't have to use the fertiliser all up in one go, we only have one metering jet as standard in here, and that's a 200 to 1 jet. So because we've got our 6.5 litre capacity bag in there, we'll make our concentrated fertiliser up 200 times stronger, but it will then treat 200 times the 6.5 litre bag, so 1300 litres of water passing through the metering head before the mobile dilutor is empty. So the mobile dilutor is much more versatile but a little bit more expensive. The static dilutor is cheaper but has a few drawbacks with it. But both of them are much easier than hand watering with a watering can.